Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Had to put this blue jacket on so you guys could see me because this white doesn't reflect right. Hey, good to be back in the studio. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Let's talk about CPI and the Fed FOMC meeting. I'm also going to show you a way to make money like I discussed in the Patreon today. By the way, this is brought to you by the Patreon. We will get back into that in the middle of the video before I show you how I make money on the FOMC meetings, okay? Or should I say off the FOMC meetings, but today was a little different. Now, I did a live this morning and I made a mistake. I misspoke and said that the data that came out on the CPI meant that the Fed was less likely. I meant to say that he was more likely to cut interest rates. But I still stand behind, I only believe that he's going to do it once. I believe it's once. So I misspoke on this morning's live, but most of you understood. But anyway, let's get right into it. Let me put these on so I could see. We're just going to blow through this stuff because it was a lot. So first we had the Dow popping in the pre-markets when CPI, Consumer Price Index, came out and the numbers were actually good, showing that inflation was cooling. As you can see here, Dow jumps 300 points, S&P hits record on cooling inflation data as Fed decision looms, okay? And that was before the Fed decision, which the Fed has talked now. We'll get into that in a minute. At the time of watching this, ooh, look at what's happening now, good people. Look at this. I should have held my position. Doggone it. So here's what's going on right now. I just made this. So I am looking at what's going on with the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ 100 and the NASDAQ Composite. I'll go over that a little later. But at the time of filming this, which is a half hour before, we can see that they are cooling off, all right? Here is where they turned around during the Fed meeting, right? The FOMC meeting, and they ran up. So pretty much when he finished the meeting, this is where it was. And I was talking about the yo-yo. Now, as I talk right now, it is cooling off. And I was into a QQQ put, which had I held, I would have made money. But I got stopped out, but I'm not going to complain about that. All right, so it is cooling off literally as we speak. Okay, I'm going to talk about something that's going to help you make money with that. All right, so we got that. Let's get that out of the way. So what are some of the things that happened from CPI this morning, which had a lot to do? So the CPI stole the thunder from the Fed meeting and the way I generally make money. Because the CPI was good, the market went up even higher before the Fed started to talk, which kind of stole the thunder from the moves that I normally make. All right, so we have auto insurance prices may have peaked, which is good. It's coming down, okay? America's getting no relief from housing inflation, service inflation. Look at that, ticks lower. All right, services, okay? Then we got core inflation easing, right? Inflation unexpectedly cools 3.3 annual rate. So we have all of this stuff going on. Falling gas prices in an election year, you know, and they always act like they're surprised, but we know what's going on with that. So as you could see here, here's a good look at it. You guys could snapshot this. I like this. This is from Moomoo. You guys can snapshot this and it just gives you a better visual of what's cooling and what's going up, right? So there's some things that happen. I'm going to bounce between stocks and crypto, all right? So there's some things that actually happened. This also happened on the good data, as we could see. Let me see if I could make that any bigger. As we could see there, stuff kind of popped up. As we could see, Bonk was up 13%. It's cooled off now. Polkadot was up 6%. As we could see, Bitcoin was up 4.5%. All right. We could see Solana was up 7.4%, 41%. Why? It's moving with the market right now, good people. We cannot take that away. As a matter of fact, out of the last 5 FOMC meetings, Bitcoin dropped the day before and then regained the next day, or should I say during the FOMC meeting, presenting a good buying opportunity, okay? So I did a little buying late last night, like in the middle of the night. I kind of woke up. It was down. I bought a little bunk, bought a little Solana, bought a little, didn't buy any Bitcoin. I forgot what else Link. I bought a few shares of those, a little Ondo. And of course, they're up today from when I bought them. I was doing some late night charting and couldn't sleep, should have been sleep. All right. So here we go. Fed recaps. Chair Powell explains why the central bank isn't ready yet to cut rates. Now we are talking about 1 rate cut instead of 3. Remember, the first one was supposed to be in September, and I also believe that first rate cut will be later than September to affect the overall stock market and crypto. All right, back to crypto. A sea of red right now in the last hour. Why? While the Fed was jawboning, this is what happened. You see no green, just 1, right? But if you look at the day, it was polar opposite. It's actually a good day. And then the week is not good. We're still holding on to a few gains from the month, especially, coins like Brett and Rose. Ondo's doing well, and so is Baby Bunk, Pepe, and Jasmine. We got positive numbers on all of those. So I'm still holding and I'm still dollar cost averaging into all of my crypto plays. I have not yet pulled back onto my crypto plays, okay? Miners I have, but not the crypto plays. So here's what I want to show you guys. So these are the last 5 FOMC meeting, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we just had one, all right? So if you could look, this is what I was up doing, so forgive my ghetto-ness in my charting. Ghetto-ness. All right, so you could see here on the last one, the day before, all right, the last FOMC meeting, the day before, what? It went down. And then the day of, up, right? The one before that, the day before was green, but still, the day of the FOMC meeting, we go up, right? And then the one before that, the day before, red, right? So we had, starting here, we had a red day the day before, and this is on the daily, and then what? The day of the FOMC meeting, we have green. Clearly, you could see the picture. Now, if I go in and change this chart to hourly, you will see the intraday. While the Fed talks, you will see boom, boom, and then sometimes you see a boom, boom, and then boom, boom, a W, right? And so if you are a skilled investor, you can play TQQQ. You can play the Qs. You can do a call on the Q. So what I normally do, I talked about it in the Patreon this morning. What I normally do is wait until the Fed says something negative, and then I do a call option on most of them, okay? Some days, soon as he starts talking, I do a put option and write it down, and then I write it right back up. My biggest gains is waiting until one of the media asks him a dumb question. It goes down, and then I do a call option back up. But if it pops the same day, I'm out the same day because the market needs time to decipher all of the data. I say 48 hours. And as you can see, it's proving my point. Look at this now as we speak. Remember, it went down right here. It went up. And this is when the Fed was done talking. And I piped things up and got ready to make this video. And as I'm making the video, what? We go down. We had a little fake out up. And this is real time. And now we're heading back south. So I always say, look at the SPY, which is the S&P, and look at QQQ and things like that, all right? Which is the NASDAQ 100, but sometimes you can just track the NASDAQ, but the QQQ is really the NASDAQ 100, and I see the one that is moving the greatest, and that's where I put the bigger amount of money in. So sometimes I'll enter into both positions, but when I really want to concentrate and don't jump from stock to stock, I'll see which one is moving the most, which has been the NASDAQ lately, and I just jump into it. Of course, today is brought to you by the Stock Squad. The Stock Squad is where you can make money following us. Who is us? We got Stock Mo, myself. We got Stocks with Josh and my man, Keenan Grace, right? And so that's where we make the plays, okay? We make those plays, and we do plays like this. As you could see, they made a 400% on one of my plays. Now, there's two things that I want you to look at. I want you to look at Stock Up You, because that's where you're going to learn how to momentum trade and really get a good grasp on how to make money from here on out, not just one play. That's Stock Up You. That's Stock Up You, the university, which is separate from the Stock Squad, okay? That's going to be the second link below when you're going to learn also how to trade crypto, all right? And make gains and understand crypto. But for getting the hot plays and just making instant money and getting that instant gratification, that is the Stock Squad. That is the four of us. And it will be the top link in this video, okay? So I have a lot more to talk about all of this data, but tonight we will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern time, that's New York time, 6 p.m. Chicago time, 4 p.m. LA time, over on Keenan Grace's page. Come join us tonight. That will be tonight. And come and show your boy a little support, right? All right, that's it, good people. Straight to it. I love you guys. We want to keep you guys fed, keep you guys in profit, all right? It's good to be back. It's good to have my voice back. Remember to join us. Check out the links below and come join the Stock Squad Discord. Peace.